welcome to Tech
Hey
Systems.
Grayson,
Glad you could come.
thanks for having me.
How's your day going so far?
It's going.
Good, that's good. We're just gonna have a casual conversation here. I want to get to know you a little bit, and hopefully I can fill you in a little bit about the company.
Sounds good.
So why don't you go ahead off, start us out, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, I am a junior at Clemson University. I'm double majoring in marketing and management. I actually transferred from the College of Charleston. I went there my freshman year. So, once I transferred, I became very involved at Clemson. I love everything with Clemson. I love the campus. I love how everybody is very involved. So, I got involved. I'm a member of a sorority and I hold a leadership position. I'm involved in FCA and I'm a part of the running club. And I've also worked as a marketing and sales intern for a startup company. So during my sophomore year, so I've learned a lot through my job there and with sales.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yep.
What's the startup company called?
It's called Aunt Fanny's. It's an all natural, non toxic fruit fly killing solution.
Very cool. That's
Yeah,
fun.
it's been great.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you know about tech systems?
So I know that Tech Systems is a great company for young professionals. They have over 3,000 employees, which is awesome. So I know it's a very efficient company and has a lot of great sales positions and does a lot with teamwork. And also, I love that it allows you to grow within the company. So once you're there, you can move up and be with the company for a long time. I also know that it's a company that offers a lot of training and more education once you're like in the company, which is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Well, you got it right there. Um, all right. Here's a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how competitive of a person are you, and why?
So on a scale to 1 to 10, I would say I'm lean more towards an 8 when it comes to my competitive side. I say an 8 because I never go against my values to win. Trust and honesty are two values that I firmly believe in and will not go against. So, for instance, like during my internship, I was very competitive when it came to making sales, but I would not lie to a customer about the product just to make a sale. Aside from that, I'm a very competitive person. I was very competitive in high school I ran cross country and track and very competitive. And I was also
Sports will definitely give you a competitive
they
edge.
will. And I'm also very competitive with my grades when it's beating my roommates or
Yeah,
beating my brother or beating the person
friendly
who's sitting next
competition.
to me. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah, I'm very competitive.
Absolutely. Well, what makes you qualified for this position here at Tech Systems?
So I'm very motivated and self driven. I've worked in sales and marketing before, and I've learned a lot of great skills that I think will carry over and be beneficial to your company. I'm a great team player, and I want to be successful as an individual and as a team. And I think I'd be a great fit for your company.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of companies, including Tech Systems, are going more towards a collaborative environment. So that's a great quality to have. Um, so, how would a good friend describe you?
Well, I hope they describe me in a positive way. I think a good friend would describe me as being ambitious and self motivated. I'm driven and very competitive. I also think they'd say that I'm very talkative and always smiling, and I do have a little bit of a creative side. So,
All attributes applicable to sales, huh?
right.
Tell me about a time where you were faced with a lot of stress at school that tested your coping skills. What did you do?
So this past semester, I had all five of my exams in a 24-hour time frame. So from noon on Monday till noon on Tuesday, I had five exams, either at campus or online. So I really had to plan ahead and organize the days and the weeks that were leading up to that day. And then during that 24 hours, I really had to focus and prioritize myself. And I made sure that I was scheduling time to exercise and to meditate because running is a really good stress reliever for me. So I
Absolutely.
knew that I had to do that and I had to make time to sleep and eat right. So but organizing and time management was definitely my lifesaver during those 24
Yeah.
hours.
Great skills to have. How about an example of a time when you tried to accomplish something and you failed? Were you discouraged by this? How did you feel about this?
Well, last year during our sorority recruitment, I took on a lot of different tasks and responsibilities, and I ended up not being able to follow through the way I should have, and I let down some of my sorority sisters, and I learned that it's better to focus on just one or two things at a time and not stretch yourself too thin. And I ended up just having to ask for help. And I'm not really a person to ask for help, so I did learn that asking for help can be the best thing, and I did.
Right.
And
People want to help.
right, and it did, and it was okay. But I didn't want the entire story to be affected or impacted by what I did, so it was tough, but I
Yeah.
managed to make it work.
So going off that, can you tell me about a time when working with a team you produced a more successful result than if you had completed the project on your own?
Yes, so in one of my past marketing classes, we had to make a marketing calendar, a year's worth of a marketing calendar, from advertisements to email blasts to any propaganda that we were going to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so there was a group of four of us, so it was easy to divide and conquer. And um, I learned so much because four heads are definitely better than one, and you have four different people who have different creative sides. And I think that it was very beneficial to have all four of us because I would not have thought of something that another girl would have thought of or another team member. So definitely teamwork was a lot better on that one than just having me.
Yeah, especially in creativity. It
Definitely.
definitely is an asset. Um, what is the best decision you've ever made?
The best decision I've ever made is working and going to school at the same time. I think that the skills that I've learned and developed through my internships um, are skills and that I would never have learned in the classroom, and they have prepared me for the real world and hopefully for this job. And working and going to school full time has really helped me, organize myself and manage my time a lot better. So I definitely recommend to anybody going into college that they need to work and go to school.
Yeah, time management's definitely a big thing.
Yes, definitely.
So that pretty much wraps it up. Are there any other questions that you might have for me before we conclude here?
Yeah, I actually have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So, for you, what has been the best part about working with tech systems?
I would say the culture, the environment, and the positive support that always surrounds us. For me personally, I got here, and I was unsure if that's where I wanted to be. It was going into a new field of mine. I didn't really have experience in HR recruiting, um, but it really the people around me. There were people in similar circumstances, and we were able to work with each other. And people above us, they really supported us and lifted us up, and they wanted to see us succeed, which is definitely the best part about being there so far.
So, do you feel like you've grown inside of the company from where you began?
Absolutely, I was pretty narrow minded when I got into the company. Like I said, I wasn't into IT recruiting, and this has just opened me up to another field. Not only because of an IT recruiting field, but also sales and the ability to communicate and work with so many different people
Right.
across so many different levels has been really good for me.
Great. So, when should I expect to hear back from you?
We should. You're actually one of my last interviews, so within a couple weeks, I think you should hear back.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and talking with me today.
Absolutely, Aaron. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.